the new kid on the block is literally, Buma Duma Boko, the president of Botswana. I'm yet to see what's happening because Mnangagwa has been trying so hard, getting closer to him. And there were allegations last time that he was given Angoli cows, which he bastardized, that it wasn't true. But anyway, now here we are. I can actually see that the Mozambicans, they are the most resilient people. They are pushing and pushing harder, now calling Ramaphosa to take action the same way that they did with the Israelites. You remember with Israel? Sorry, yes, with the Israelites. So this is where we are right now. Mnangagwa and Nyusi are being dragged, allegedly into the International Crimes Court. We are looking really in the most sensitive topic this morning, and I must tell you that HICHILEMA is a hero. Okay, like I said, I've always been and always a team HICHILEMA. So this morning we are going to look at that story that is trending this morning. I must tell you, it's interesting days ahead. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, I must say, if it's your first time to come across the channel, please subscribe and make sure that you ring the bell, and so that every time I'm live, you're going to be robbed right here. Also, when I say shout out to my regulars, don't forget to like the live. Let's push algorithm, inviting everyone to the conversation. Yes, here we are. Mnangagwa can't escape. Why is it this man is always going to be dragged into all these shenanigans? Yeah. But anyway, we need to move on this morning. We need to. It's undeniable that Cyril Ramaphosa and HICHILEMA have literally tried to distance themselves to Mnangagwa. It's very clear. They said, no, we cannot play with this guy. This guy is not serious. You know that recently Ramaphosa sent an envoy to Mozambique. Even our own ambassador was kept on saying that there was a free and fair election as the ZANU-PF ambassador. But anyway, there were so many issues in the space. Now I saw the reports, like I said last time, that Ramaphosa sent an envoy to Mozambique. And also HICHILEMA came out very clear that the Mozambique post-election insecurity is affecting regional trade and stability. As outgoing chair, we attended a SADC Organ Troika virtual summit to address the situation. We support interventions for peace hashtag and are committed to SADC's objectives for a peaceful and prosperous region. I know that the Zimbabwean people have given up as far as SADC is concerned, and I have. I'm like in the same boat. But we must also know that our situation and the Mozambique situation are not the same. Are not the same. You never saw people from Mozambique even swear at HICHILEMA or swear at Ramaphosa. So their situation is different. In Zimbabwe, we know George Charamba, we also know Chinamasa, shouting or swearing at HICHILEMA, right? So you really cannot compare the two scenarios. Are completely different. I genuinely believe that there will be a common, a common purpose in Mozambique. I'm hopeful, and I can see how they're pushing harder and harder and harder. And we're gonna look at that story a little bit later on. I saw reactions after the HICHILEMA, submissions on X. Some of the reactions were actually from Mozambique. And a woman by the name Sidia said, adding here the letter submitted by the Mozambican civil society to the president of South Africa, Ramaphosa, requesting South Africa's urgent intervention to stop the inauguration of Daniel Chapo as the president of Mozambique on the 15th of January. Right? Look, they are taking strides. The question I'm asking is, what are some of the strides that we took immediately after elections? I just saw our people going there and start drinking and eating. We need to start stating on a principle, Zimbabweans. The problem is we don't have principles. We need to start accepting that. We just like a simple thing. And Mnangagwa have realized that he uses money all the time because that's what you guys want. Once money is on the table, you just act like crazy. Guys, crazy. Accepting everything. Because now you're comfortable. You are eating and drinking. Guys, wake up. You don't prostitute your bodies. Don't prostitute your minds. We can do better. Look what Mozambicans are doing. They are not sitting. They are taking action. Another also commentary from Mozambique as well, who said injunction to prevent the presidential candidate chosen by the Constitutional Council from taking office in the African Court. Accountability proceedings before the African Court and the International Criminal Court. These are some of the... okay, my bad. Bear with me. These are some of the topics that could go before the South African Parliament at the request of Mozambican civil society, similar to what happened in Israel, and due to the fact that the number of victims shot by the police includes citizens of South African nationality. So some of the people that were killed in Mozambique were South Africans, right? I've said it and I repeat, Zimbabweans, we don't stand on a principle. As much as I know that we struggle with the issue of protest because there's always pushback, heavy pushback from the regime. We saw last time when there was just speculations that people were going to be on the streets. The regime released the military to the streets. Again, I speak, the military are Zimbabweans. They're like animals. They also need to stand on a principle. The last time I checked in Mozambique, the military were on the side of the people, mocking Frelimo. When are we going to do the same? We need to change our mentality and how we see the world. Honestly, we really need to change. Otherwise, nothing will work in this country. We are going to keep on blaming the people who are complaining. We need solutions, but those solutions can only come when we change our ways and begin to respect the laws. So I respect Mozambicans. I'm just a shout out to the Mozambicans. Honestly, I respect them. And I actually want to see Mnangagwa being held accountable. I really want to see it because he's on record, anointing the Frelimo that they've won an election. So he needs to be held accountable as the SADC chair. Again, people did not want him to be the SADC chair. Zimbabweans did not want, they kept on pushing. But however, because it's on a rotational basis, he had to. But again, the leader confirming that the election was free and fair, even his ambassador, which is the ZANU-PF ambassador, confirming the same. And when everyone else can see that there's a problem in Mozambique, to me, it says a lot. It really, really says a lot. And I must also say shout out to the opposition leader in Mozambique, who says he's going to inaugurate himself also on the 15th of January. And I must say, the Mozambicans listen to him. Whatever he says goes. It's going to be very difficult for Frelimo to get away with this election. It's not possible. I don't know how they're going to actually be leading the country because the pushback is too heavy. In fact, I think some people are going to be in trouble, especially politicians, because we saw last time when they went to push their houses, they were literally going after the leaders within Frelimo. So honestly, if I was a part of that political party, I'll be terrified because I know that anything can happen any minute. People are so angry. Now the question to us Zimbabweans, when is going to be our boiling point? When is it that we're going to say we have had flipping enough? I'm seeing some Zimbabweans are giving up. And we should never give up. Imagine giving up on your life. Why are we so comfortable? We're just going to look for shortcuts. Easy way out. Right? Easy way out. And we should never do that. We must always stand that we deserve a better country and deserve a better nation. I know. Fear cripple all of us. It's very clear. We are terrified. That's the only problem. And who said it better than Clive Malunga? I must also shout out for anyone who've got contacts for Clive Malunga. I would want to bring him here so we can have a conversation. He is really gun blazing, coming out of there after Mnangagwa. And I want to take a listen to what he says. The latest episode. Take a listen, please.
Rakaipa kudaro kutadza kunyara kutadza kufidha vana vako vana vari kuenda mumanext door chinokumbira sadza iwe uripo baba wacho varipo. That is called nonsense. Vari kutora nyika ino kuita pesina vakudzokorora futi takurohwa back front and center zvanga zvichiitwa naMugabe paya ndozvadzokororwa futi. Are you sure kuti tikuramba tichidza and we are quiet? Do you know why you are quiet? Because kandantombotaura kaya kuti you are quiet because inini muri kutya nokuti vanhu vakapfurwa nepfuti vakafa ndobva machichidzirwa. Saka muri kutaura kuti makomrades vese vakafa kuchimoyo, thousands, hundreds vanhu vakafa vese vaida kufa. Makataisa mugroup mangu every day vanhu varingochema and every day makomrades unongonzwa kuti zororai murugare kufa. Hapana zuva ratinopfuura pagroup redu remakomrades pasina kunzi nematambudziko. Why are you not making this country happy? Why are you making your family only your family? Nehama dzenyu, neshamwari dzenyu, nemakuruku ese. And makuruku ese akaona weakness ya Mnangagwa. President, muri wiki, mdara muri wiki. Mdara muri wiki.
I love that.
wiki munayo ano honestly zvimwe kwese uku muno zveintelligence muchitungamirirwa hongu ndobvuma apa kuti muchidhonze chimuti chamudara mugone. I'm very sorry. Apa mudara mugone. I'm very sorry. Inini semwana wenyu I am telling you honestly kugona chako chaiko ku leader. No, you are not a good leader. You are vicious. You want to make people cry. Hamunzwe vanhu zvese zvikutotaurwa muri kufunga kuti vanhu vari kuita majokes. Do you know how people are suffering muno munyika muno? Terrible suffering. This country has gone to the dogs. Kana usingabve kumusha, kana usingaere mutupo wokumusha, unodya izvozvo. Saka ukangozikamwa chete kuti uri wekumusha iwe wotopinda. Sekuti ndena ndisingakwanise kuti ndibve mukati menyika muno ndichimboenda kunana Asia, kunana South Korea nekunana Japan ndichinoreza mari ndichiita futi pool of people vanhu vakanditenderedza ve-fan club. Unotozomira watoona kutoti baba mumba omo ndeve kusekasi chaiyo. Because muri kuita zvechiclown. Drama yamuri kuita president. This is a drama.
Exactly.
And amunyare futi kana muromo menyu munobudisa mashoko ekutuka. A leader. Tuka kuti hanzi nongoukura. Do you think you're in a position to say kuti munhu wemuZimbabwe imbwa? Because kana muchiti unongoukura isichingotongo, you are saying kuti uri imbwa yenyarara. And you are saying that to your child. I think it's unfair, and I think Mazimbo ndakanzwa mama ku South Africa vachiti vamunoti chimama vachiti kuvarume muri kupi. I felt so bad. Could I'm one of varume? Let's unite vana veZimbabwe. All this nonsense must stop. Thank you.
All right, I just want to thank Clive. Clive has been very, very adamant as far as addressing Mnangagwa is concerned. But I also mentioned to you that this time around, I know there are people, those are Mnangagwa's loyalists who thinks that, no, it's just talk. They're not going to do anything. No, something's going to be done. Do you think we can live like this and sit and say it's okay? No, something has to give. We're definitely going to take action. Zimbabweans will take action accordingly. Accordingly. So don't get too comfortable, because most of you, Chikurubi is waiting. It's definitely waiting for you. And I mean it. It's waiting for you. You think you're smart? No, you're not. Don't be too comfortable, brothers and sisters. You must never. But I want to thank him, really, Clive, for speaking out. And again, I know sometimes we can say, "Man, where are you?" But at the same time, I think Zimbabweans always look for a comfort, an easy way out, But again, I must also say that, guys, we tried. Zimbabweans have tried for many years. We must never, never take that for granted. We should never attack ourselves as if we are failures. We are not. All we need to do is to keep pushing. If you are in a war, you really can't give up. Even if some of your soldiers are killed, you keep pushing. So as Zimbabweans, we have done so well, and we must keep pushing for a better country. And I must say, what I love about this era is that all of us, we can agree on one thing, that Mnangagwa's dynasty that is trying to build in the country will not succeed. Even those that are working for ED, you need to choose between a better country for everyone, including your children, or supporting Mnangagwa to have his own dynasty and suffer continues. And you all know that Mnangagwa don't actually, he can use you and dump you. So it means all of you, no one is safe. Okay, there are people who did so well. Don't forget the generals that stood up in 2017. We are fast forward in 2025. How many generals did we lose? A lot. So you need to choose between a better Zimbabwe that will give you peace so that you can live with your family and your children. Instead of you spending your time on social media and be screaming, you should be in the kitchen baking with your wife, drinking and playing with your kids. But no, 24/7, you're doing someone's dirty work. Wake up, Zimbabweans. Wake up. It's not a political issue. I'm not a politician, but I'm a genuine person who wants to see this country function. It means we need to agree on one thing. Zimbabwe has to work for everyone. It has to work For those that think they're smart, I can tell you about Mafume. Mafume is on record right now being bastardized by God, where God said he can go to prison if he plays by demolishing people's houses. And he's right. 1 minute, Mafume thought now he has become a hero. Zimbabweans, you see all the wrong things that happen in the country, pretend like you can't. How many people who have worked for the regime today who are kissing the dust? Look at what's going on with Douglas Monzora. Monzora is on record. I saw a report that now he's even renting out some of his offices to people to stay because he can't afford his lifestyle. Once held as a hero, he has turned to nothing. Mafume thought he was also smart, coming in and jumping up and down, sitting like a god. Now things are falling apart. Guys, do not forget that God will judge. Do not forget that God is watching almost all of you. He is watching, and he is surely going to vindicate his people. Now, I want you to listen to Garwe from ZANU-PF. Said, you will go to prison. And because you watched the people build their houses, now all of a sudden you want to destroy. Now ask me, who was at the forefront of the land barons? We all know who is the king of land barons. Take a listen, please.
Inspecting these houses whilst they were being built, sending inspectors to go and inspect. They were seeing in full view of the citizens these houses being built. When people have now finished building those houses and they've just moved in, they go and seek a court order to demolish because they have built on a irregular location. Yes, they built on an irregular location, but you are the one who is supervising them to build, and you are being paid for inspections. But we also say, why did you stop it when it started? That's what they should have done. Stop it as it emerges. Stop it. They did not stop it. Because people it's a populist approach, trying to, score some cheap political goals. Somebody then went to media and say, we are now armed with a court order, we're going to demolish. I mean, we are human beings, we must be morally correct. You want to demolish people's houses when you are now within a rainy season. Where do you want them to go? We must be morally correct. The wiring up there is wrong. That's why we call the mayor and his team and say, try to attempt to demolish this and see what will happen to you. We'll lock you up. So stop.
It's interesting what's going on currently. Guys, when are you going to know that you're just being played? Like big time. Now all of a sudden ZANU-PF is talking about being morally correct. Of all the people in the country, ZANU-PF, God, where he says you need to be morally correct. Can I tell you now, they've got a push even on social media where they are not starting saying, we need to converse. Let's talk. Let's discuss about Zimbabwe. What do you guys want? Mnangagwa is just playing people. Foolish people, actually. I'll tell you. Foolish people. This is why I keep on saying stand on a principle. Once you do the right thing, you will never fail. I guarantee you, whether people like it or not, I will stand to the test of time. I'm telling you, I'm going to leave until God says, now you can come home. No one is going to harm me because I'm standing on a principle. It's not a politics thing. No, I'm not a politician. It's a principle. This country has to function for everyone. But some of you, you're selling all the time. You are literally breaking your own rules to suit someone else because a temporary gratification, money is the money. So your principles are money. As long as there's money on the table, I can do anything. No wonder why you're failing all the time. Now look, ZANU-PF is standing around against the people and said, no, we want to be morally correct. Now they're unleashing their brain minds on social media. I saw Shaky asking questions. Why can't we just converse? Listen to this. I want you to get this. The opposition party, hear me out. Okay? Now they are turning around and tell you that we need to go converse. Let's have a conversation. Let's fix Zimbabwe. Because they realize that no, they're exposed. And we are speaking and this message is getting to Mnangagwa. Now I'm in a position of understanding that there must be something not right with those that are surrounding Mnangagwa. Because last time we asked you the question, do we even have a train at all? Which means ministers aren't doing their job. When he was in Dubai, he also mentioned we are 1,000% behind. Yes, I know people can say nobody's a godfather of corruption. Hey, he's this and that. But guys, he's not only corrupt himself. There are so many Zimbabweans who are corrupt, including some that are in the opposition arena. And I'm simply saying we need to start really standing on a principle, doing the right thing, because at the end of the day, when Zimbabwe functions, we are going to be happy. That's why I don't believe that someone can be sent to go and beat an old woman or another political opponent and do it as a normal guy and not start blaming it on a on Mnangagwa. You can't blame it on Mnangagwa. You're not a child. You're a grown man who can stand on, no, I can't be doing this. I can't hate my brother. I can't hate my sister. Are you telling me Mnangagwa can destroy you for refusing to go and do the dirty work? And most of the times, I spoke to someone from ZANU-PF. He said to me, they said to me, listen, some people are just going out there and be zealous and hating people without anyone sending them. They're just overzealous. And the last time when we listened to the issue of Bishop Masai, the same statement came out that the people were sent to just torture them, talking to them and trying to threaten them. But no, what did they do? They killed Bishop Masai. We have a problem in society that we need to fix to become a normal people. I should never be moved by money, but I need to be moved by love. Because I have love for my brothers, I have love for my sisters, not money. Guys, we have a problem. Our society needs to be fixed. That's when we can shy away from it. ZANU-PF have seen it. God, we're standing around. Now we need to be morally correct. So when you are demolishing houses, okay, I just wanna ask Mafume right now to say, the day that you decide that you want to demolish people's houses, did you even ask yourself, what am I really doing? Or confront Mnangagwa and said, sir, honestly, I know the laws may say these lands are not designated to actually contain buildings, but if we destroy this house, what are people going to do? But no, the guys just say, no, we are going to demolish, or the law say this is the wetland. No. Think first about your brothers and your sisters. When we talk about the land that some of our people are being dispersed today in the country, it's being taken by some Zimbabweans. So a person who already have enough land, I know Makandiwa, I can call out Makandiwa now, as a prophet, as a pastor, so that he claims. That because I know I had a relative that had bought land in Chitungwiza, and they'd already built something. Their houses were destroyed today. They actually struggle to have a place to stay. I know people. But this was a pastor who should be finding place for people to stay. But he's the one who's actually taking away shelter from the poor. I'm trying to understand the logic behind it. And let me tell you, the guy is staying in the most luxurious house. He has got all that he wants, but he still wants that the poor has. We need to start conversing properly and tell each other to stop evil. We are the evil society that is actually hiding behind politics. Politics is simply exposing who we are as a Zimbabwean society. But once we change, everything is going to align. I can guarantee you that everything is going to align. I genuinely believe that even the opposition people, when you stand and talk about politics, you should never talk about it from a political point. You must have a desire to see Zimbabwe functions for everyone. Let's not play the political card. Let's play a Zimbabwean card. How can we make this country great again? Not for me, but for everyone else. Because it really is us, the people, that have a problem. It's us. Look at what Chiva is doing on the streets, knowing well that he's playing a part in destroying Zimbabwe. But you can see the guy is showing off. When somebody does not have food, you can see him giving people money. Some are begging him. Right in front of us, when there's in front, he's walking around with a camera. Does that make sense to you? And I know this may come out as if I'm crazy, but I guarantee you, I'm not a supporter of what I'm seeing on the street of all these maboso, and all. I'm not a fan of that nonsense. I am not a fan of it. We have such a poverty mentality as a nation. I am not trying to judge you, but I'm telling you, it's just weird. It's crazy. Always being done by the poor, not successful people. The poor is a poverty mentality. Oh, why you want attention for what? Honestly, I talk to my daddy every time. So if I want to buy my daddy a gift, I don't need the streets to know that. Right? But the fact that you want the streets to know, it says a lot about you. And some of you, you're coming and say, no, but I just want people to learn. There's nothing to learn about. If you're not a giver, you're not a giver. If you're a giver, you're a giver. Stop lying. You just want attention seeking. We're a broken society that needs to be mended. Showing off is diabolical, is devilish, is satanic. Because just imagine you buy your father a truck, for example. You buy your father a truck, and then the father takes the truck to Kambuzuma. Actually, I'm going to use Kambuzuma. Maybe down the line in 3, 4, 5 houses, people did not have food to eat. And here you are, my boss, so you are thinking about a truck. What is that supposed to say to the society? is you are better than the other people. Guys, we need to be sensitive. We have to be a sensitive nation. I pray that whoever comes as a leader needs to put a stop to that. That's why most of the fake churches are going to be closed. For those who don't know, fake prophets are going to be stopped. You know, it happened in Rwanda. Look now, Rwanda has now hailed as the most successful nation in Africa. Because they had rules that they took and put a stop to nonsense. And one of the things we need to put a stop, showing off, flexing, needs to be stopped. It's diabolical. It's ungodly. It's satanic. It's evil. Whom are you flexing? Who are you trying to show that you have by your father? I mean, your whatever you have done. I'm not a fan of that nonsense. It's poverty mentality. And we're going to put a stop to it. We will put a stop to that nonsense. Zimbabwe is a small country. So you need to remember, it's a small country. So some of the actions that you do can move very fast and hurt others. Even cause some of the high blood pressure. Some people are having a problem with high blood pressure because of you and you're showing off. Sugar and diabetes because of you. And we need to really start being sensitive as a society. So, some PFS clever, they're talking about morally correct. When you have been killing innocent people, when you have been hurting people, when you've been threatening others, now you're telling me about morals. You need to introspect. Mr. Garwe, you need to introspect. First, before you talk about morally correct, I'm expecting you to come out and apologize for the pain you've caused us, not to tell us about being morally correct. You're absolutely talking nonsense. Come out and apologize to the Zimbabwean people for the pain that you have caused them, not to tell me that, oh, you need to be morally correct. Really? Out of all the people that are homeless now you're telling me about morally correct. Introspect yourself and change your ways. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section, because there's a lot of deception in this country. A lot, right? Think that people are stupid. We're not stupid. Our eyes are wide open. We can see all the nonsense that you're doing. Start by changing your ways. Then you can start teaching others how to be better people. I love you. Bless you and bless Zimbabwe. See you later, guys. Bye for now.